Hello and welcome to This Podcast Cannot Continue's new video series, I guess, SNESterdays, where me and Ben set out to play every North American retail release Super Nintendo game. So full disclosure, although this is the first episode, our plan is to stream these. This one is not from a stream. The original stream of episode 1-1 had some technical issues. We tried to sort them out. So this is a sort of a remaster, if you will, a revisiting of the first four games on our list. They're all from August 1991. We're going to go chronologically by month throughout the SNES's run in North America. And within a month, the games are they're not necessarily ordered by exact release date. I think we're going sort of alphabetical via this list we got online, but
some of the release dates are a little hard to track.
Exactly.
For
but the
rare
month,
games.
so it's month and year basically is what we're going by. And so on this original stream, we played through 15 minutes for each game of F-Zero, Gradius III, Pilotwings, and SimCity. So we're going to revisit them and kind of pick up where we left off with some of them because that's actually a thing that happened.
Yeah,
So,
and you know, if anything, I was actually thinking about it, and despite that a big part of this is to sort of just give like an impression, I want to say a first impression based rating, but the reality is it's not like neither of us have picked up a SNES game before. Like there are going to be games on this list that either or both of us have played before. So even though, for example, I hadn't played a couple of these games before, when we originally broadcast the original version of this episode with the technical issues, it actually probably won't be all that different of an experience compared to when we end up playing like Final Fantasy VI or something whenever that day comes, right? So I think it's fine.
yeah, I think so too. So like I said, we're going to give each game 15 minutes and just see what they're all about, see what they have to offer. And I guess the first game on the list is F-Zero, the original SNES August 1991 release.
Right on. All right, I'm going to transition to that right now. One moment, please.
There we go.
Cool. So, last time I played this, I was dabbling with these cards, and I still haven't played the pink one yet. So I'll go with that. And I also remember I didn't check out the King League. I checked out the Knight and the Queen. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that I got any better at this game, so I think I might just keep it on beginner still.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
It seems
Mute
like
City
all
3.
three cups start with some form of a mute city.
I can't confirm or deny that, but that sounds about right. I mean, like we were saying before, this game really was I think about it as a tech demo for the Super Nintendo.
Right.
Basically, it was just showing off Mode 7 and
You know, I hadn't realized where this game.
oh my god, those landmines.
They're like some kind of bumpers. I hadn't quite realized that this game in particular was so early in the SNES's life cycle, because I was vaguely familiar with it by the look of it and having seen some footage here and there, but it's actually interesting to me because obviously like Mode 7 and these types of scaling effects are something that the SNES was always capable of, like by design. But it's in my head, it's something that is more of a later SNES game feature than an earlier one. But that may just be a complete assumption or bias based on just like the look of the effect. Oh, those must be landmines. Look, they're exploded.
Yeah.
Because I think of games like Super Effects Chips games and all these other extended chip games, and think of that as like what you do when you're running out of power on the console's like a base spec. But Mode 7 that's not a cart feature, is it? It's a console feature, right?
I think they wanted to show. You know what? I'm gonna look it up, but I think they wanted to show that off right from the get-go to just kind of prove that like this isn't
absolutely. And if you think about
the NES anymore,
oh, absolutely. And next to the NES, something like this, I mean, it's sure to impress, right?
it seems to be on the console itself. Yeah.
Very cool.
Background Mode 7. So basically what it does is it allows the background layer to be rotated and scaled,
Yeah.
which is kind of cool. It's basically just a big flat image that you're rotating around the other sprites on screen. It's sort of genius. And I mean, tons of games use this effect. Final Fantasy VI, obviously. Super Mario Kart. I always remember the Super Star Wars games had sections where you always did Mode 7 stuff. I don't know, those are just some personal favorites from growing up.
This track isn't actually all that difficult. Like, you can gas all these turns just fine.
Got some, it seems to have some things that really wear you down, though, like that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, my power meter doesn't stay too far out. I'm assuming safe has to do, because we questioned some of these HUD elements, because, like, why is there a score, etc. But I think we assumed that safe was some kind of indicator of, like, you need to be above a certain place in order to continue in the cup.
Maybe.
Death
I really don't know.
Wind?
There's only 4. Yeah, 2. There's another one. There's another Deathwind.
Well, just that it's Deathwind in general. Safe 15.
But there's only 4 racers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Yeah, I'd love to know. I wonder if
the music in this game is
it possible that anybody knows? The developers.
Yeah,
the music is rad, and you know the screen that comes up after you finish a track, in a weird sort of way, actually kind of has the same vibe as like Mario Kart 64's like post-race screen.
Oh yeah, when the camera kind of rotates around you and kind of gives you a little victory shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
I feel like I'm going forward, but I'm like facing. Like, is there something odd about my facing direction there? Am I crazy or was that weird?
What do you mean?
Oh my god! Oh my god! What is going on?
Yeah, you're gonna die on this one.
What is happening?
They give you this though, nice little boost of health.
On one of these straightaways, I was like tilted, like, look, I'm going straight, kind of. Like if I actually orient the track so that it's straight, like look, like I'm this is going straight on this track, but it looks tilted to the left. Or am I having?
Are you holding LRR or something?
Nope.
Doing that like drifting thing? I don't know.
No, but it looks like I'm like slightly drifting. But then here it looks normal.
Probably on purpose, I guess. Those boosts are just like I don't know what you're supposed to do.
What is going on? Oh, I'm doomed.
Oh boy.
I'm so doomed now.
Yeah.
Like this is so weird to. Oh, okay.
So F-Zero, let's have some facts. I believe last time I talked about how we kind of I don't want to say we have F-Zero to thank for the Yakuza series, but the producer of F-Zero GX on the GameCube and in arcades there was 2. It wasn't GX that was in arcades, but that generation of F-Zero games was the producer was Toshihiro Nagoshi, and he went on to do Yakuza, and his quote was that I said this last time, right? His quote was that F-Zero was the first time he went, this is what a game can be or should be.
Mm-hmm.
Which, you know what? This is pure game all the way. You get in, within 5 seconds you're playing it. I mean, there's not even like a splash screen that says Nintendo at the starting. It literally just boots up straight to the title card. This game is no nonsense, but it's also no frills. You know, you're not getting a lot. However, I will say this: if you're a Super Nintendo collector and you want to collect real carts, F-Zero is easy to find, and it's cheap. I think I got my copy for like $12. That was a couple years ago, but I don't think it's really appreciated that much, to be completely honest. It's a pretty cheap one to pick up. And it's fun for like a little bit of time killing, you know? Especially considering it's like the first in like a sort of now sort of iconic Nintendo series. Yeah. To actually pick up the original game and have it not be like a weird rarity or, you know, cost $100 a cart. That's pretty cool.
I do feel that it's not the most robust experience, like,
no,
but for $12, it's hard to complain about a price like that. I mean, I don't know. I wonder what its value is like now. I can't imagine it's changed too much since then, but
Like it might be like a $20 cart game kind of thing.
yeah,
It's
I
definitely
mean, it
not.
seems fine for a price like that.
Yeah.
Is it? Actually, I have a question. Is it on the SNES Classic Mini? I don't
You know what?
recall the lineup.
I don't know.
I'm tempted to say no, but I feel like I could be surprised.
I'm just checking it now. Let's find out.
I oversteered that. Or
Yeah, F-Zero's on both the North American PAL versions and the Japanese version.
very cool. That's another way, I guess, for it. I mean, obviously those I don't believe are in production anymore, but for those that have them, I'm sure you've all tried it out by now. I'm sure a lot of people were exposed to it through that.
I remember buying this game. I think I was in university and just kind of loading it up and just tooling around in it for a bit and just had a good time. Yeah, like you said, not a robust experience, but you can definitely kill half an hour just kind of seeing what this game has to offer.
Definitely.
And it has the time attack. Well, it's not really time attack. It keeps your records. So if you want to get replay out of it or chase that sort of like high score mentality, it offers a little bit of that. It's kind of like this mixture of the sort of replayability that you would find baked into NES games and older consoles. That's sort of like just get the high score kind of vibe.
Yeah.
But then like showing off the technology of new games. You know, so we hadn't quite reached like deep stories and save states and upgrades and all that other stuff that would come to really be a part of most racing games. But I really think that this game sort of took what people thought like a car game or racing game could be. Because I always think of like Road Rash or Outrun, and how you're kind of on the track, but you don't really get to like actually drive around, right? But like in this, you have freedom on the track to move and turn as you please.
Yeah, in Outrun in particular, there's a certain lack of agency in the gameplay that's very strange.
Yeah, and this game's got a lot of that, and a great sense of speed.
Oh.
Like a good sense of speed and just a rockin' soundtrack.
That's true.
Really having a lot of fun with that SNES
sound chip.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds. I mean, the OST of this game, the soundtrack of this game is excellent. And like a lot of these songs, like we're listening to right now, Big Blue, right? Like these songs are not dramatically altered in terms of the actual composition and any of the other like later appearances that I've heard of these tracks, be it like in Smash or in like F-Zero X or whatever.
Yeah.
Because they're just good tracks, good songs, good compositions. It's always kind of weird when, like, oh, hello, okay. It's always kind of weird when, like, a sequel or a later game in the franchise is just, like, omitting recurring tracks. Like there's, like, an older entry in a game and there's just, like, no, like, musical reference to previous games or anything. It's like...
Yeah.
It's like, so that original OST, like, what? Underwhelmed? I feel like a lot of the earlier games in the Super Mario series do this. Like, they never, like, recall their past songs until like, the nostalgia factor for the older games was, like, possible. You know what I mean? Like, Super Mario Bros. 1, 2, 3, and World, like, never really, like, used much of like, the prior games' themes. It wasn't until, like, later games where they would at least like include some.
Ooh, you exploded.
Yeah, I was having a hard time.
I like that zoom out camera too, though. Like when you die, how it kind
of. Yeah, it's a nice effect. See,
yeah,
this track. This is the one I was talking about. It just has that Super Mario 64 track and sound to it. I want to say it's the bass.
Yeah, it also kind of reminds me of Gran Turismo. Just sort of like lounge, easy listening kind of stuff.
Oh, forgive me. I'm going to reset that again. I wanted to go to practice mode and look. So
here's my question. Has your opinion of this changed since the last time you played it?
Not dramatically. My opinion wasn't particularly like emphatic. You know?
Yeah.
I remember saying, oh dear. This is going to be a nightmare course. I remember
Looks
saying,
cool,
yeah, it does. I remember saying, yeah, the same kind of thing. Like, I don't think it would have the longevity, but I'm having a good time playing it. Oh, we just get to listen to this track? Oh, never mind. It just has a similar sound. Cool.
though. Okay.
And, it's like, it's hard to imagine myself firing up this game again after playing it for this project. Like, maybe. I would have
Fire it
to...
up for this baseline. That's what I'd do.
Yeah. I don't know. I would have to feel some kind of nostalgia for it, and the thing is, I didn't play it when I was young, so it's like there's a certain element to this that it's because it's still novel for me, but I suspect that suspect that this won't be one that I come back to that frequently. I feel kind of bad saying it because this is like clearly a decent game.
It just doesn't offer enough to keep you coming back. That's all.
That's its one biggest flaw. I think I gave it something like kind of like a 7 type of feeling. I know we weren't doing like well, rating isn't really the purpose here, but I'm willing to throw out numbers, and to me it feels like it's somewhere in this kind of 7 range.
I mean, we were keeping track, so let's see what we gave it. Yeah, we gave it 7. We said 7
Yeah.
out of 10.
So then no change in opinion.
I think it's a complete.
Spent now about 30 minutes with the game.
Yeah, I think it's a complete experience. I just don't think that complete experience is super fulfilling, but it's definitely, it's kind of like an NES game using all of the powers of the Super Nintendo. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I think that's
In terms of
perfect 'cause-
scope, you mean, right?
Yeah, and I think that in terms of like the technical proficiency it puts on play, like despite being like a launch game, it's one of the better uses of Mode 7 on the system. Like I like F-Zero's racing more than I like Mario Kart's.
I find there's something strange about Mario Kart. I have problems with the perspective, and I think you said that it's because it's half-screen presentation, and I think that
Yeah,
there
it
might be
looks a bit
something to
squished.
that.
It's kind of hard to see. This is like you got the map in the corner, your HUD's really clean. It's just, I think there's just something like mechanically like succinct about this that I really enjoy. It's unfortunate that it doesn't offer you more compelling reasons to revisit it or stick with it longer than an afternoon. That's actually my biggest.
Yeah, in a weird sort of way, I would
feel.
say like oh my god, as much as I'm criticizing it for not having that much, it's really because I want more. You know?
It might actually make me check out the Game Boy Advance one because I think that one had more of a story mode and like some other stuff going on.
Oh, really?
I'm not familiar with it at all, but yeah, if anyone knows what that game's like, let me know because I would be interested in like a F-Zero story-based RPG racer, and that's actually 15 minutes.
Oh, okay,
Maybe
perfect.
slightly over. So that's F-Zero.
All right.
Yeah.
So, what's next? Gradius 3, is that right?
That's the one.
Okay.
Now I will say, on our original stream of this was the game that we liked the most.
Is that the
Technically.
case?
Judging by the number we gave.
Yeah,
it,
I think that's correct. Okay. And here it is. Gradius 3.
I do love that Konami logo startup. I feel like back then, just like
I think
good
the
stuff was
first
gonna
Konami.
follow.
Yeah, I think the first Konami game I ever actually got to play would have been Mystical Ninja on N64. So that's kind of what that always brings back.
Man, we gotta talk about that game someday. There's a
Yeah.
whole series.
Oh, I should have
waiting
let
to
that
happen
play
after
out, shouldn't I? Well, we'll probably reset at some point, so we'll come back to it. I remember configuring some options, and they're probably saved. No, they're not saved. That's interesting.
Oh yeah, it had the weird.
They have... I think it's great that they have this, though.
It does offer you a lot of options.
Yeah, and I like this title screen. I like the star kind of effect.
You can tell very much.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, let's watch this. This is great. I said last time that this was kind of like one of those startup screens that made you go, this isn't your dad's NES anymore. Like,
Yeah.
This is the Super Nintendo. Because, like, look at these big,
Now
chunky
you're playing
sprites.
with superpower.
Yeah, this looks rad. Really sets the mood, makes you feel like this is going to be awesome. There's sort of like a late 80s, early 90s, like, anime vibe to this. Like Gundam, kind of, you know? It's like
Awesome, yeah.
super sick.
I like this first bonus at 20,000 points and then every 70,000 points. That feels really arcadey to me.
This game is...
And we
straight
got
up just
credit
arcade
for,
mode.
and we got high... Yeah, it's...
Yep. Even this screen is super arcadey.
I liked edit mode. I liked selecting each one. I don't remember selecting anything other than missile, but I feel like I really need this, actually, for the stuff on the ground. I don't really feel like the other options are that viable. I could be wrong, but
Yeah.
I remember liking this one. This one was the charge one. I did the ripple, but I don't think I did that. I think reduce makes me smaller.
That could be handy. Mega Crush was just a screen wipe, right?
Yeah, it
That
was.
was pretty useful.
Well, let's try this configuration. I like having that many configuration options. I think that's really cool. It helps give the game some extra longevity.
The one thing I did notice, though, when you were playing this last time, was that one of the complaints about this particular version of this game is that there is some slowdown, which
Yeah.
honestly kind of plagued most shooters on the Super Nintendo. It was sort of notorious to losing out to the Sega Genesis on this, and other consoles at the time, Neo Geo and whatnot, just because the Super Nintendo wasn't super great at having a lot of sprites on the screen at once. But I mean, some people kind of dig it, right? Like, isn't slowdown in really busy bullet hell games kind of...
Necessary.
Yeah.
I know in the people that play like a lot of the sort of like treasure and cave, especially the cave stuff, they're very particular when they use like types of emulation and things like that the slowdown has to be correct and match the way that it would be on a cabinet.
Right.
Because in those games, it's essential to the gameplay. And some of those games, like, the developers would have tested it on the same kind of hardware with the same kind of slowdown. So by design, it's expected that the game is going to slow down when it does.
Which is actually a really cool little way of, like, building within the constraints of the technology, right?
Certainly. Here, I don't really feel that I need it to be slow.
No, I think here it's
And
more
it's
of a technical
really
limitation.
crawling.
Well, that dragon takes up, like, everything, basically.
Yeah, certainly.
And that kind of was the complaint of this game. But you know what? For a launch title, I think, once again, like F-Zero, this just proves, like, you know, who needs the arcade? You can have this at home now. Like, actually.
In its day, I'm sure this was a big deal.
Also, as one of the only, like, kind of action-y, shoot-'em-up oriented games at the time, like, this is kind of like it if you wanted to shoot stuff in space on the Super Nintendo when it came out.
I
This is
remember
sort of your
using a
option.
different power-up, and this thing melted. And now it's really taking some effort. Oh, we got through it, though. I'm excited to see this second level again, because I remember having some difficulty with this the first go-around.
Oh yeah, there's the bubbles.
I find that sound effect really entertaining, actually. Oh, Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
nice.
I don't think that's what I expected it to do, but that seems incredibly powerful.
Whoa. Okay.
What? We doing this? Oh my god.
Heck yeah. So what? Did you just like win automatically? Well, it's one hit kill though, right?
Yes. I still have to dodge.
Alright. Alright. So let's
But
see
I am
while you're doing this.
truly wreaking havoc here.
This thing's called the Vic.
Oh my god, look when I drop
Starfighter.
missiles.
Well, that's carpet bombing the denizens of Water Tunnel.
Are these just robots? Are there pilots in these little ships that are coming out of these? Can you call that a hangar?
Yeah?
I can't
So
even
apparently
spend these power-ups that I've picked up.
They're just maxed out. Well, I guess just don't die then.
Well, I've already purchased that upgrade. Oh, it rolled back around to speed up.
Apparently, this is... Or, like, unlike the previous games in the series, this game does not include a continuation feature, so this is really a one-credit run pretty much every time you play it.
Four.
Like, you have
4 credits, 4 lives.
4 lives, but you don't get any continues.
Right.
Like, you don't get to, like, pick up from the start of the stage if you die. It's back to the... Hard boot, back to the title. Like, right now.
I feel that I remember us dying, or, well, me dying, and then getting to...
Oh, wait, what? You lied to me. Wikipedia? How dare you? Perhaps that's just the arcade version.
I feel like this is going to start me at the beginning again, though. This laser is amazing. And this is amazing. Did I choose this?
Yes.
I like this setup. This is a good setup.
Actually, don't remember.
Oh, okay, yeah, look where I am. Oh, I just buy speed up right off the bat? Why?
Alright. I wonder if the boss of this level is going to be a giant bubble.
That
Okay,
would seem
well, I
appropriate.
said that a bit too soon, but... This seems like nonsense. Oh my god.
I tried to fit through there, but I would have had to
It was a
act
bold
faster.
move. It was a bold maneuver that you tried there. Okay, so here's a fun game. What do you like about this game? We rated this the highest last time, so why? What does this game do that you like?
It's... honestly, like, I don't think it has to do anything other than just be fun, and it kind of is. I think that the level of customization is surprisingly good. Like, I really enjoy the power-ups. And I'm sure that what would happen is I'd eventually settle on one that I think is best, and there may even be, like, diehard fans of this game that can make a strong argument for what is the best.
Right.
But in the meantime, when you're just dabbling with it like this, that's a really cool aspect of it. I would really like... Well, I don't know. I want to say I would really like some kind of, like, variety so that, you know, if I am kind of hard stuck and I'm just game overing all the time, I can see other parts of the game. Like, either some kind of, like, mode or some kind of, like, saving or something. But I also feel like something about saving is pretty, like, contrary to the shmup genre. Like, it's not really a normal thing. There are enemies in some of these bubbles now.
Yeah, I just noticed that.
I wonder why. I'm not getting very many power-up drops.
Here's one. I think you're gonna fight a boss in a second. What's gonna happen?
Oh, they're chasing me, those, like, crab-looking ones. You're definitely... Oh, you were
Oh
right
my
about
god,
it.
it is a giant bubble.
But it has
Ugh.
neurons and an
It's a
eye.
giant Metroid. Oh, that's cool.
That
There's a boss
actually
in
is cool.
Link's Awakening that's like that.
Oh, I see. I was splitting bullets, so I wasn't... Do you think I just need to hit the eye once, or do you think it's gonna be like?
I think
Or
it's
do you
gonna
think I'm
spin
hitting
too.
it now? Oh, okay.
Or not. Never mind. Yep, you just need to hit it once. So is this the third
This is
level
a
then?
fun
Like,
tune.
yeah, this is rocking. Okay, so what do you not like about this game?
Well, I kind of think I sort of put that out there that I think it might be very difficult without like a serious amount of practice to like see a lot more of this game than what we're seeing.
Yeah. I wonder how long it is.
Interesting question. Okay, here's our fourth level. Oh, trees. Space trees. I need power-ups, so I need to get a lot of kills. That concerns me. I don't have missiles right now.
Okay, this is... For a game with one-hit kills, having a
Cruel,
situation where
right?
you could get stuck is kind of cruel.
I actually have to admit that I don't know how long I could see that for. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how long I had to determine which route was not going to be.
I think you had a little bit of
Collision.
time, but it's obviously like made more difficult by all the stuff flying around.
Certainly, yeah. I kind of wish I
That's
busted
cool.
out the arcade stick for this, and I think what I might do in future episodes is keep it a little closer, a little more handy.
There are a
If
couple
I
other...
predict that I'm playing a shmup or something arcadey enough.
There's a couple of shooters on the SNES.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I think there's an R-Type game, I believe. I don't think that's Japan only. I have the Game Boy, the original Game Boy copy of like R-Type. Well, not the original one. I mean, like it's an R-Type game on the original Game Boy.
Yeah.
And I remember it being like really hard for a
Whoa!
handheld game.
Suddenly we're scrolling in a different direction?
This is kind of wild. We didn't see this last time.
I didn't expect that.
Music changed again. Oh my god.
I want C laser. I want F option. What I really want is... Oh, what? Oh, you're kidding me. Wait. I see where I'm going. I'm using this gap to my advantage.
There's about a minute left here, but I'm curious to see where this goes, to be completely honest.
I mean, I'm down to see it out.
Yeah, let's, you know, like I said, this is the first episode. We're going for 15 minutes roughly, but it's not super strict. We just want to keep the time more or less fair. Keep the episode to, you know, about an hour. I kind of want to see where this goes. I also think that you're going to get killed.
Why'd you have to say that?
It felt like it.
All
It was
right.
gonna happen.
I'm ready to move on.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's 30 seconds. Ish. Oh my god.
I put the controller down.
Yeah, okay. So, then we gave this one 8 out of a 10 last time.
I still feel that way.
Yeah.
Maybe I kind of want to say there might be a little more meat on the bones of this game now that we saw some different directions of scrolling and destroying this stuff to move ahead. I want to say still an 8, but it's an 8 that I feel even better about.
Like you feel
How's
more
that?
confident in giving it that 8.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment.
All right. What was up next? Pilotwings.
Heck yeah. So, full disclosure, last time we learned that this game is unforgiving.
That's true.
However, we did learn how to land an airplane and sort of learned how to skydive. Anyways, we beat the first level, so I think what we should do is queue up from the second level because instantly we have access to the rocket belt and more interesting challenges out of the gate.
That's true. I do like flying. The plane.
The plane's there, isn't it?
I don't remember. Well, let's see. Yeah, let's use our code. Let's just see what we get.
See what we get.
Yeah, all right. Here we go. Pilotwings.
Oh yeah, I love the I just love this splash screen, the title screen with the up in the upper right corner, I think it was, is where the start continue was.
Yeah.
You know, this game kind of reminds me of just like a DS game.
You know what it reminds me of is one of the mini games, but not like the actual mini games that are part of like how WarioWare works, but one of the toy room mini games from something like WarioWare Touched.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they would have like subtitle screens,
Yep.
and like the layout of this title screen is reminiscent of the ones in something
That's
like
very
WarioWare
true.
Touched. And then even this, in a weird sort of way.
This soundtrack also rules.
Are you actually familiar with WarioWare Touched? I'm just curious if
Touched, not so much, but I
Okay.
have Twisted, and it also
yeah.
had the same kind of thing. There were like toy games where you could load them up and they were like their own
where
thing.
was my opportunity to enter a code? Oh, I should have pressed
the-
continue, right? Can I just? How about I do one light plane just to kind of acclimate, and I'll skip the balloon and then I'll
See
reset.
if you can get it. See if you can get your license. And if you can't, we'll enter in the code we have.
Cool. What were my maneuvers again? Speed up, down.
Also, this track, actually, this whole soundtrack on this game, just shows off the SNES's like built-in reverb, which I kind of think is super awesome. You can get a plugin of it, eh? Someone
Really?
made one.
For
Yeah.
for DAWs, just to contextualize what that plugin he's referring
Yeah.
to would be.
Yeah,
For audio software.
For audio software, you can get a plugin that's the SNES reverb. Whoa, you're going hot. Real hot. And fast. Oh, maybe not.
Nah.
Yeah, no, too hot.
Yeah. I'm trying to get a good time score too, right? That's the issue. And when I did one where I got 20, I was gassing it towards the you know.
Yeah.
I was really flooring it.
You know what? Like the other games so far that we've seen, this game
I
kinda
can't get
suffers from
low
the-
enough to get the dots though. I have no idea how I would do that. Like I would have to be really scooping like quite low here.
Yeah.
And
I was gonna say, I think this game, like the other games, suffers from like a not having a whole lot of like stuff to do outside of exactly what it presents you with. Like obviously, there's more to do in this game than just nothing. But as a launch title, it's sort of a tech demo like F-Zero. It's not really like, hey, that worked out. It's not really offering like a.
that one felt kind of sketchy. Let's see what we get.
I think you did good. I think you did.
I managed to
Time was
actually
good.
I actually managed to pick up some of the green things. Okay, that's
that
what
out.
beams are. They're green. That's a good score.
It's a great score.
If only I got 5 more of those dots. I don't even know how you would do that. Like it's
Man.
so you have to go so low very early on, and you need to be like giving it a lot of like
Lot of juice.
acceleration. Yeah,
I love that little portrait, the way it's animated. I like how it reminds me of like Phoenix Wright.
Yeah, in a way. I remember. I think did you say that before?
Last time? I don't know. I think I commented, oh, this is the controls are weird, right?
They're strange.
Oh. Hey.
Ah.
We only need 120 points to pass, and like you just basically need to land, I think, at this point. If you land on that little platform, I think you get like a ton of
It says
points.
100.
Jeez. Wish there was like a wind indicator so you knew how to like.
Whatever. If
Really?
it's enough to pass, I'll take it.
Yeah, man. I think that's enough.
Is he mad?
Well, but you cleared 120, so
Okay.
we're moving on to the next level. Wait, leave it there. That's the same code.
Of course it is. I'm sure you can just look up the codes if you want to see more.
Thought it would be more cool than that.
I didn't listen to Shirley. Whatever. Let's do the rocket belt. See what we get.
Yeah, this is what we're all here for, man. Fast jets, slow jets. Switch view. Wait, what?
What button was it?
L and R.
That's interesting.
Whoa. Okay.
What am I supposed to do again? Oh, go through these.
Fly through the rings. And I think you use the L and R one to plan your landings.
That makes a lot of sense. I'm going to do that. You know what?
This is kind of sick. I'm not gonna lie. We didn't really get to play with this last time, but this is a good one.
Listen to the music.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I love that. I love the sounds used.
Land now. Where, though?
On the target.
Oh.
I'm scared
Oh,
because I can't tell what
God.
my height is, you know?
This is also kind of a technical thing. Oh my god, you nailed it.
Now what do we get? What kind of score do I get? Hey, perfect!
Look at her eyes. She's just like, oh, what?
Cool.
Man, you could literally do anything on the next two and be fine.
I don't know about that. Let's see how hard the plane one is. I'm a little worried. I like the plane, but I know I'm not great at it.
Hey, this is new. Oh, you get to turn this time. Oh, fuck that one up. Whoops, I mean...
Whatever. Sorry. We swear sometimes. Sorry.
That was a mistake. I apologize, everybody.
Oh my god. I need to like level out.
Wow, and slow down.
You can do a lot of slowing down well in advance, thankfully.
But if you also
Yeah.
combine it with, yeah, you crash into the ground. Okay, so what does this game do that you like? I'm liking this.
The controls
line of
are not
questioning.
the controls are not as bad as you might think they are.
Yeah.
I actually like how it feels from a control aspect. Ooh, did I just reset the whole thing and throw away my rocket because of that? I did. Well, whatever. That's okay. I can make a play like that on the rocket again. It's actually really easy, the rocket belt. This is what's hard.
They should have led with the rocket belt. I feel like more people would have played this game for longer than 5 minutes if they led with the rocket belt over skydiving. You know?
I'd say this plane is quite challenging and probably put people off too. I think I'm understanding how turning the plane works now, though. Nope, I dropped too much speed too soon and I can't level out.
Yep. Whoa, you exploded that time. As opposed to just falling into a heap. Well, you got all the rings, though.
It seemed to be just a little difficult. I got 100 off the rocket belt and I need 190. Like, I really think if I can get a good plane one here, I'll just turn around and do the rocket belt because that's practically free. And then I could do the parachute.
Yep.
I do like how it plays, and I like that, like, it's actually not that hard, I think, to figure out what you really need to do in order to get a good, like, run at one of these objectives.
It just becomes pure execution.
Yeah, certainly. So the biggest thing is I just have to be careful not to like drop all my speed just because I'm trying to land. Okay.
Oh,
What kind of
Hey, that
score
was
do you
good.
think that's gonna
you're
produce?
gonna get. I don't know. This game seems really generous with the score if you just land.
I don't think I'm gonna
You know
get
what I
a
mean?
good. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get a good speed. Yeah, time. I got a pretty terrible time, but I can do this. I can take
Not
that
that bad.
score, and I can rocket belt and skydive my way to another 150 points. I'm sure.
Can you do it in 5 minutes? Actually, you probably can do it in 5
I probably
minutes.
can. The rocket belt's really fast.
Man, I can't get over the soundtrack on this game.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great. There are 2 boost modes for the rocket belt, and I'm really only using 1.
I think you only need to here.
Ooh.
Ooh, that was... You got burned by mode 7 on that one.
A little bit.
There you go. Like, essentially, this is kind of a 3D game. Like, it's not, but you know what I mean?
It certainly makes you operate in a 3D space. There's no doubt about that. I wonder if the red ring is implying that there's like I could go through it for like a bonus or something.
Maybe. Oh, you're spinning. You're spiraling. There you go. Straighten out. Yeah. Spin it to win it. You got landed that time.
That fanfare sounded weird.
Yep, you didn't do it fast enough, but you did really well.
I can do it. Could be good enough. I need 63 on skydiving.
I think you can do it.
I'm not great at skydiving, and an even harder challenge than the last one. Maneuver through 5 rings. I don't know.
Maybe they're
about
all
that.
in line. Oh God.
Oh.
Maybe. Oh my gosh. They're
Well,
like way out of the way.
So much for that, I'm pretty sure.
Yep, might as well just free fall to your own demise here.
I'm not gonna do that.
I wonder if they're gonna let you. Are you wiggling your feet?
Oh, what? Am I landed or crashed? No, no.
You got more points than I thought you would, though.
Yeah, but I didn't
to be
qualify.
completely honest. Oh, you're so close. 20 points off.
Well, so much for that. But I do like the plane, and I just want to go again on the plane. I think the plane's my favorite one.
Do you want me to look up a code for a further part?
Sure, yeah, please. I want to do this one with more speed in the meantime.
Which level do you want to do?
Are there any more modes?
There's 8 levels and there's a helicopter.
I want to do the helicopter, of course.
Helicopter 2. I can tell you how to do it. You gotta quit though and go back to the continue screen.
I will. I will as soon as I land this. I crashed. Alright.
Ooh.
Let me just hit reset.
Yeah, I mean technically you landed that. Technically.
Technically. What is it?
Okay, so it is 882943. This is helicopter 2. It may be the last level in the game. I'm not sure. Missiles.
Wait, what were the? I don't remember how it said it worked.
L and R missiles. I think A is up. Oh, this is what? Is there like a different view? I'm confused. What is this?
Whoa! Oh, I have a targeting. I have a reticle or whatever. I see.
So, is the secret plotline to Pilotwings is that as a young would-to-be pilot, you enroll in a local flight school only to be secretly recruited into the military to run covert ops in a helicopter at night?
Maybe? Wow, this is really not easy.
Well, we've hit 15.
Let me see if I can just...
Let's see how this goes.
Oh, Oh, why am I landing? No, I don't need to land. What am I doing? I don't want to land.
You want to shoot?
I want to hit something.
Yes.
Anything.
It's kind of cool that there's even this in this game. I had no idea.
I know there's an enemy thing around here somewhere. I just want to hit something. And then get hit.
Okay,
Who knew that you could
though.
get shot down? And then I just want to see the person get mad at me.
What was I gonna
Oh.
say?
Oh.
You have de
What?
facto died. You are dead.
The screen's
like
kind of
that.
nice, though.
I like that.
Wait!
Cityscape.
You just get a different title screen? Pilotwings
Yo.
Expert?
Oh, because we entered in the code for like the hardest levels, which you only unlock, I guess, if you
Is
do
there
something.
a story to Pilotwings?
Well, I just told you, it's you're
9 out
able
of
to
10.
be
I love
pilot.
this game. I'm gonna beat this game.
I think the story is that you just get recruited by the military because you're such a good pilot.
I'm not
and
really
then you're forced to do
pro-military, but
covert ops.
that's wild.
I don't actually think that's the plot line. I don't think it's really super clear on what the plot line is, but that's what it feels like.
That was weird. I felt like I saw some kind of like secret side of Pilotwings that nobody knows about.
So you changing your answer?
No, I want to say it's an 8. I
Oh,
like
that's
it
up
better
from
than I did
6.
last time. Yeah, I like it a lot now. The parachute's not my favorite thing, but oh, look how he goes head first. Maybe that's what I should be doing. Maybe you have more control like that. All right. Anyway, let's go. What is it? SimCity?
We're going to SimCity?
We're going to SimCity.
Well, that was a much more interesting time with that game.
I had a better time with it overall. Yeah.
8.
Absolutely.
That's a big one.
I want to change my mind and say 8. Interesting how that can happen, right?
Well, you just saw that it had a little bit more to offer. Okay, so full disclosure, last time on SimCity, we found out that this game is, without a manual, kind of difficult to decipher. So we jumped into one of their like scenarios where you have to stop a disaster, basically. I think this time we should start
A fresh city.
a fresh city. There might be less to go wrong.
Yeah.
I
We
do
really
like
liked this
title
title
card
screen as well.
This just feels so 90s to me in like a really
I know it was like
a
a-
like it way.
I know it was like a huge breakout hit, but in a way there's something about SimCity that just is lost or isn't quite the same once they did The Sims. Because it went away from being so much of like a kind of a nerdy, like techie simulation into like, which I think the mass market appeal is great, and I think that it's great for there to be something for everyone, but in a way it feels like what SimCity maybe had to offer before, they kind of like went with like the Sims spin-off, which just took over the franchise essentially, like is missing now.
I mean, there's that SimCity game that everybody didn't like because it had always online DRM.
Please wait. I remember a lot of things we liked here, like the Famicom logo, Super Famicom logo.
What were you possibly please waiting for? Was it just making that up?
What am I doing?
I think you gotta press OK. And then, well, just, it's like, I think it's just seeding a environment for you to start on.
From 000 to 999. I can.
This is kind of cool.
Let's do 444. Yeah, I
Sure.
have to admit I wasn't expecting a deep kind of like map seeding system. That's my city. Enter the name of the city.
Buttsburg. Or not. Yep, that makes sense.
I'm not very smart, so wait. I thought it said 20,000, 10,000, 50,000. And I was like, what?
No.
Is that talking about how much money I have to start with? $20,000 to build a city?
Okay. So we're in it. The year is 1900.
Really? That seems early.
Well,
No, that seems fine actually.
this music is really relaxing.
This is chill. How do I... I feel like I remember the cursor being a little, like, more... Like, I remember being able to use the hand all the time instead of this square. Maybe it's because I'm in bulldoze mode. What should I build? A house?
Probably a house.
C?
Well, you got commercial industry and... So that's residential.
So is that building now?
I'm actually not sure. You need power to it, so you need an electric plant somewhere.
Fine.
Oh.
Happy?
Hard to say if the game's happy.
Hello? How do I... I'm not gonna... I was about to put a power plant by the, How do I connect up power lines?
Power lines are just underneath the road, looks like.
Is that connected?
Yeah. Yeah, like that, like that. Okay. So that's now being supplied with electricity, supposedly. But it doesn't look like it is, because it doesn't...
Well, the R is no longer flashing a lightning bolt.
Yeah, why are they, though? Oh. Oh, your stuff's popping up.
Suppose so.
So it's really just time.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. There's some houses going up.
Let's give those people some jobs. Industrial can be up closer to the power plant, right?
Yeah, I think you can build this stuff as close as you want, man.
Don't you think that people get mad if they're getting polluted on?
I don't know that this game is that advanced. And
And
even
I'd
in
say
the
that
real
people
world,
need to be able to drive to work.
yeah, you should build some roads. Just encircle that whole commercial district.
And people probably work at the power plant.
I would imagine so.
And certainly at the industrial place. What did you say? I feel like you said something.
Oh, I said just encircle all these buildings with roads. Like, yeah. I feel like that works.
How much money have I spent? Wait, let's tax everybody.
How did we discover how to do that last time?
What am I doing? Oh my god, I am not taxing anything? Oh no, my tax rate is 7%. Well,
yeah.
I live in Ontario.
You also apparently live in a lawless wonderland because you have no transportation funding, no police funding, and no fire funding.
No, it just hasn't applied any yet, right?
No, you don't have any of those
Yeah, but look,
buildings.
the funding level's 100%. Oh, I see what you mean.
But it's 0 of 0.
I don't know. That seems good to me. I don't know anything about how well... I don't need graphs. That's statistics, and we just started. What statistics are there going to be? Voice?
You're doing a very good job. So 74% of the people, that's a crazy approval rating.
They don't like my taxes.
Oh, dang. I just realized the timer didn't start. If you had to guess how long we've been doing this, how long would you say? I'm willing to take you at your word.
You know what? I would say... Oh, jeez. Forgive me. 1 second.
Like 5 minutes?
No, I think, yeah, maybe 5 minutes. I think it's been a couple months in game. So...
We're gonna give this. We're gonna give this
See,
9 minutes.
it just went from April to May. That's fine.
You know what? I could see this being very relaxing. Play on easy, just kind of build the little city on a randomized map. You know?
Sure.
Like, in a way, it's sort of like endless replay. You can just make a different city every time.
Why did my bridge open up? Is a boat coming through?
I think it does that automatically. It's like it's a bridge over troubled water.
Does this need electricity? Yeah, it does.
Yes. All right, so let's see what we can. Obviously, this game. I don't have any facts for this one. It's just that it was.
Who directed it?
Honestly, don't know.
And did that person have much of a career afterward?
Designer's Will Wright, but that seems obvious.
Sounds familiar.
Okay. Oh, this is interesting. SimCity for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System features the same gameplay and scenario features. However, since it was developed and published by Nintendo, the company incorporated their own ideas. So this was actually... That's where you get Dr. Wright, the green-haired character that shows up. He's also like a trophy in Smash and stuff. That guy is a Nintendo character unique to the Super NES version of SimCity. And is a caricature of Will Wright, the designer. That's really interesting.
I think I'm running out of money.
Apparently this game did really, really well. Oh my gosh, there was a sequel, SimCity 64, on the Nintendo DD. That's wild. It was developed by HAL Laboratory?
How does the money that... I'm assuming 1100, 1140 at the top right there is what I'm taxing. Wait, what's R? What are RCI again? Residential?
Residential, commercial, and industry.
So
industrial.
why is R so low?
I don't think your residential areas are all finished because they still have the big R on them. Ooh, you've run out of funds, sir.
A little bit. Did I just cut off that electricity by placing that like that? Or does it pass through?
You might have cut it off in that case. Yep, why not? Well, you got a football stadium that has no...
Oh, right.
Electricity.
Oh my god.
Well, I mean, that kind of works.
Nah, we are gonna make it look nice.
How do you get more money?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Am I, like, what's the number in the corner? Is that taxes? Oh, if I don't allocate enough taxes, if I allocate too much of the taxes, I don't get anything left over, do I?
Ooh, I see what you mean. I'm not sure. That number in the corner is... So the one on the bottom is your money, by the way, on the main screen. The one on top is people, your population.
Oh, interesting.
I'm not sure when taxes are collected.
Annually?
Yeah. I don't know how your city's supposed to make money in the meantime. Oh, it changed to winter.
Mm-hmm. It changed to fall earlier, too.
Huh.
The maps are really interesting.
It offers you a lot to look at. This soundtrack is good, though. I gotta say. Oh, wait. What was that? Hey, you just got more money. Hey, there's Mr. Right.
Mm-hmm. That's my transportation taxes. So I need to... Something about that way I set up the allocation is not good.
$60. That should fix the roads, right? He's got some guy out there with a shovel and a pickup truck just like filling gravel into holes.
I guess so. I mean...
Sohyo Oka is the composer of this. What else did they do? Alright, let's see. Interesting. Oh man. Guess what?
What?
Sohyo Oka
Mm-hmm.
did the music for SimCity, but also Pilotwings.
Oh, nice.
Very cool. And a ton of music and arrangement on the Super Mario All-Stars game.
Very cool.
And Super Mario Kart. Did all the music on Super Mario Kart. Well, not all of it. Some was arrangements of Koji Kondo stuff, but...
That's awesome. That's great.
Yeah. Cites as her musical influences. Oh yeah, we got Rachmaninoff, Chopin, Stravinsky, John Williams, YMO, Queen, Chick Corea.
It's springtime.
Hey, look at that. Your city still has no money.
These are my deteriorated roads.
Okay, so to close this one out, what did you like about this game? What do you like that this game does? This was an interesting playthrough because I feel like we just kind of played
there's a bit of a difference here between what we did now and what we did last time. Because last time we opened a scenario and it was a disaster. And frankly, I did a lot of messing around and kind of laughing at it and stuff like that. And I think that's fine, actually. It was fun in its own way.
Yeah.
Oh, are these little Black Spots cars?
Yes.
No, they don't. Anyway, I thought that the game was really chaotic and hard to understand, and now I'm starting to see how some of this sort of comes together and works. I think that definitely the first time you pick up this game, start from scratch and play around with it and see how far you get.
Would you recommend it? Because we gave it a 6 last time.
I would recommend it, but I feel like try to find an external resource. If you can't find official documentation like the official manual or something like that, try going online, find what people have said about the game, find a little bit of I don't know, advice. It's not like straightforward. Like it seems simple enough to understand, but I have like no idea what the guideline is really for I have no idea what like I don't know what an appropriate amount to set all those taxes to are, and clearly I just got told that I need to change them, but I don't know what's the right way to go about it. It's complicated. It's
Would you stand by your rating of 6?
If you want a game that you have to study,
this is your game.
Yeah, like I mean, there's all kinds of modern games that people play these days, like Dwarf Fortress, and the one that's basically Dwarf Fortress with graphics and in space. I can't remember what it's called.
RimWorld?
RimWorld, thank you. Like people play like deeper sim games than even this in the modern day, and in a way, I kind of think of them as like wiki games. Like you really need a wiki to like navigate and understand the game.
Sure.
But
I mean, this was 1991 though.
yeah, so it's like simpler, right? But it's I think I have to still give it a 6. Like it's simpler, but it's in a way, because it's simple, it's also still like kind of obtuse. Like its simplicity makes it more complicated, because like I want to say maybe because of like the hardware limitation of the Super Nintendo. Like it's hard to determine exactly what is going on in a lot of cases. Well, like it's not a very readable game.
Well, I think it's one of those games though that it was the Super Nintendo trying to prove that it could do things that a home computer could do, and you'll see this. I think we'll see this a couple times throughout the various games that are on the Super Nintendo. Some developers really did try to bring home that like computer simulation feeling, or that kind of like more in-depth experience to the Super Nintendo, when like obviously this would benefit from a mouse, like clearly, you know what I mean, and a keyboard.
Yeah,
so it's impressive that it works at all, but like, is it the best way to play SimCity from this era? Maybe not. However, it is worth noting that this is a completely unique version of this game because of all the Nintendo touches.
Yeah, I'd say I still want to give it a 6 out of 10. If you really if you like sim games, maybe you can have a 7 out of 10 for this one. I kind of am with you. Like if I really wanted to like really dig in and play SimCity, besides my love for the Super Nintendo, I might otherwise choose to play a PC version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that pretty much wraps up the first ever episode of, well, not technically the first ever, but the
the second take of the first ever
episode of SNESterdays.
Brought to you by This Podcast Cannot Continue.
Yeah, thanks
Ben and Colin has been sort of hosting this for you all.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. We're looking to do more. Stay tuned. We'll keep you up to date on our various ways you can contact us.
I also think we are still intending to do our future episodes live, just because we
100%.
didn't broadcast this one live, as it's, you know, sort of a do-over, but you can expect to see the other ones live. The first one was broadcast on my personal channel, but we will be putting up a Twitch channel for This Podcast Cannot Continue. I haven't made it yet, but maybe we'll stick the link in the description when we come back around to that.
Yeah, and be sure to check out the podcast as well. We try to do an episode more or less every week, just getting it off the ground, and you can find that on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, most places, to be completely honest.
Amazon Audible.
Amazon Audible, Deezer, hopefully in the future to iHeart. So, yeah, This Podcast Cannot Continue. That's all you got to look up, and we hope to see you there. This is us signing off. This podcast cannot continue.